Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Eastern Angler NC. I'm Kyle. Before this video starts, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. So I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about jig fishing today. I have a video that I'm going to show you that's added in this. It's going to show you a little bit on how I actually work the bait when I'm out in the field, which would be at a pond or any sort of lake. Beforehand, I'm going to show you the jigs that I like to use, the colors that I like to use, and also the trailers that I like to use. The trailers that I'm going to be using today on these jigs, I'm going to have, I'll show you, it's going to be the Strike King Rage Tail, and then also the Zoom Perfect Chunks. These right here. And I have these ones in green pumpkin, and these ones in just black and blue right here for the black and blue jigs that I use. I normally stick to 3 colors when I have my jigs. I'll have a black and blue, have a green. I'll have a green pumpkin with a little bit of orange in there, and then I'll also have a brownish natural color with a green pumpkin trailer. This is actually a unique style right here. So I don't know if you can see this right here. It's got that flat spot. So what that flat spot does is, say you're working the bottom. This is the bottom right here. See how that jig stands up? Just like that. So this is the jig that I was talking about before. I added a rage craw. You can only imagine this in the water. Say this is the bottom right here. It's not going to do it in my hand. But imagine a crawfish right now. Say you have this bait right here like this, and it's going to stand up. You know these claws right here are going to be up in the air, so it's going to be a defensive position of the crawfish. So bass are really going to see that. They're going to see the defensive. They're going to see that they're very vulnerable in that position. So they're going to really take a lot of action, and they're going to try to gobble them up as much as they possibly can. So I like to add a little trailer. I like to use a rage craw, or I'll use a chunk trailer. It's just got just a base where the where the soft plastic stop on the actual bait, the hook, will go into. And so this will just give a little bit of action. It's not much. It'll just get a little bit of action, something more aggressive. So, you know, unlike this, I mean, if you see that, that's pretty aggressive towards the fish. So they may or may not like that. So depending on which one I want, if I want to fish a little more aggressive, I'm going to use this one. If I'm going to fish a little more finesse style, I'm going to use this one and give them something very subtle, a subtle presentation, so that they can kind of go after this and not be threatened.
Hey guys, so right now I have my jig in the water, and I'm going to kind of show you how I work a jig. So what you're going to do is I hold my rod and my reel about like this, kind of cup the reel, and I'm just going to slowly drag it across the bottom. I'm going to feel every stick, every rock, every piece of seaweed or pondweed, whatever you want to call it, and you're just going to feel that bottom. So now normally when you're jig fishing, it's going to be very slow. You know, I may pull it, give it a little shake. You know, take your time bringing this thing back, because that's what makes the difference. You know, bring it in. You know, maybe give it a little shake. I wouldn't necessarily hop it. You know, give it just a little bit of movement. You're gonna go. You're just going to jig it up and down like this. You're going to just keep slow dragging it right off the bottom. You're going to feel some sticks. So what you're looking for when you're doing this is you're waiting for, feel is this little flick. And you're just going to feel a little bounce, 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 bounce. And that, my friends, is a fish right there. So you're just going to feel that. You're not going to feel... sometimes you won't feel anything at all. I've caught 6.5 pounders where I'm dragging it and you can just see, all of a sudden you just see the line. They pick it up, they don't ever move, they don't ever do anything, and you just see the line just start moving across the water very slowly. Means he got it. He's got it, and he wants it. So that's when you reel down and just set that hook really nicely, and just dig that bait right into him. Another method that fish has it in its mouth and it's off the bottom, so you're feeling it and he's got it picked up, and that's when you just hold on a second. You just feel it. You feel a little tug. You feel kind of when you're tugging it, and you just don't give it a quick tug or anything like that. Just kind of feel if he's there. If it feels like squishy, like a squishy feel to it, where you pick it up, it's got weight to it now, but it's like it's trying to stay down. Oh, it's definitely a big boy. So I just reel down. So working on your cadence, I would bring it in, slowly drag it. Slowly drag it. And then I may give it a little hop. Drag for 2 or 3 seconds, 3 or 4 seconds, till your rod is pretty much, I'd say, at about 11 or 1 o'clock, and then bring it down, give it a little shake, bring it back up. You just got to work on your cadence. It's gonna be different for each pond you fish. So you got to find out what those fish want, what cadence they want, what little, if they want it dragged and then 2 hops and then another drag and then 3 hops. You just got to find out what they want. Maybe you need to shake it a little bit more. During the slower months like winter, fall seasons and stuff like that, fishing a jig is important. It finds fish, it finds big fish, it finds slow, lethargic, slow-moving fish, and those are the ones that you want. So working a jig in the fall is different from working a jig, in the summer. In the summer, they're more active, so I may work that jig a lot. I may reel it in and give it a big hop, and then give it a big hop, or I may pull it in a little bit, give it a couple hops. If you're on a rock ledge, take that jig, throw it up on that rock ledge, and just rip it. So basically, ripping it is if you're gonna have it on a rock ledge, you're ripping it, letting it sink down. You're ripping it up, and just letting it flutter back down. Ripping it up, letting it sink down. So that's a very, very effective way to fish.
Thank you guys so much for the support and help with building this channel. Tight lines, everyone. Have a good one.